well, by the time you see it, it'll be Thursday. But I need you guys to comment on this video. We have 4 ducks. They're pets. They're right there. And we're going to be drawing their names on Friday and posting it. We're going to draw 4 names, and we're putting all the names that you guys recommend in a hat, and we're going to draw those. All right, good afternoon. Well, I should call it early evening. It's about 4 o'clock, and I'm just getting off of work. Yes, I work outside. Well, I work at home, but for a company. Anyway, so I had to wrap up some meetings that I had, and I have to trim my tomatoes. And I don't know if you guys know how to trim tomatoes. You probably do, but or prune them is the correct term. But I need to do it before I run out of time to do it. And the other day we weeded, and it looked so much better than it did before. So I want to show you. My camera batteries died, and I didn't have any fresh ones to put in because I'd used them all up. So let me show you what we got going on here. All right, these are beans, and we got to harvest more. This has been, it's not the best, but it's been really, it's way better. And we started weeding the corn, but I ran out of time. So we'll get that done. And look at, we've mowed the field finally. So we got like a little patch right out there, but, and I don't know if we can mow the ditch yet, but yeah, much better. I'm telling you what, those chickens have a lot of grass. So let's start with these ones. These are my indeterminate tomatoes. But I don't keep anything that's down low, and this is what I have to trim with. I don't keep anything down low because it's not necessary, and what it does is it prevents good airflow. So this right here, this leaf died, but this is considered a sucker, and I always take those off as well. Well, let's just get some of these off, yeah. So, yeah, I really like indeterminate tomatoes, although I did learn a lot from when I first had them. So, get anything that is needing to go, goes. Right. So let's talk about those suckers. So here you can see we have some fruit here. One, we don't want to trim any of the leaves that are above the fruit, but any leaves below the fruit can be trimmed. These are have good airflow, so I'm not going to do too much. But right here you see that this is not a sucker. Alright, so you have this shaft here, and you'll see this little plant that's growing. That's the beginning of a sucker. Here's another good example right here. You have the leaf stem coming out here, and then you have a piece that's growing up here. This is technically a shoot of a new plant, even though it grows on there. And they take energy away from the actual tomato. Anyway, I'm leaving that one there because I want this to get much taller, which isn't very tall. I want it to get much taller. It will keep producing fruit. Anyway, so I'm going to clean up this one here. I don't know if you can see very well. I'm hoping that you can. I don't like these leaves. You know, I like to clean it up. This one. This is not don't think this is a brandy vine. My tomatoes got a little bit mixed up, so, you know, I'm kind of winging it. I'm going to cut this off the bottom because I don't like the looks of it. Get that. Alright. We don't have a lot of suckers on these plants yet, so that's a good thing. So this has been an incredibly difficult year for summer crops. It's been a very cold summer. I just about lost my tomato plants that I started from seed. And I haven't pruned them yet just because they just struggled so much. They needed a minute to catch up. That one's pretty good too. All very, very yellow. And no flowers for the longest time. And stuff, so I was very concerned about that. But they're recovering quite nicely. Anyway, that's nice. Alright. Anyway, so I'll finish up doing these down there. I wanted to bring you over here. I got these off of Amazon, and they're quite nice, and they're very versatile, and you can do multiple things. I've got to trim these, or thin them out, so that all the tomatoes ripen really well and stuff. So these are my determinate tomatoes, not indeterminate. And I didn't have enough, so I tied this little guy up to, so I tied this plant up to this tomato cage. But yeah, basically I buy these off of Amazon, and they have worked for the last couple years in doing gardens. So actually 3 seasons. So anyway, I'm gonna prune these just like I did the other ones. We need to make sure we remove any dead, diseased, or soft foliage. Any suckers. They need to have good airflow to prevent disease and pests. So that's what I'm doing with these. Not too much trimming needs to happen because they're still pretty little, but wanted to make sure that we addressed any potential issues. I don't need any more. Anyway, so I'm going to go ahead and trim up I keep saying trim up, but that's not what I mean. I'm going to go ahead and, you know, thin out my tomato plants so that they have good airflow, and get that done, and then I'll go and show you the rest of the garden. All right. Too bad. I don't like that weed. Put that down there. Very tiny tomatoes. Really struggled. Let's do this one here. airflow. Yeah, because my tomatoes had a problem, so many problems, they really don't have bad airflow. All right, let's do some more fun stuff. So this is my old potato patch that, well, my potatoes just got eaten alive by bugs. Anyway, I wanted to show you some stuff here. So I planted squash and pumpkin in here, and it's coming up, but look at, here's a potato. I don't think these are potatoes, I think these are weeds, but that's a potato. These are pumpkins and squashes. So I have a couple of potato plants in there still, and then I have all these over here, and that's a voluntary squash or pumpkin from last year. Same with that one and that one over there. And then I had sunflowers in here, so I have some voluntary sunflowers, which we'll keep those because they're pretty. But yeah, these are turning out quite nice. And let me show you my onions. Look at those. This is more than I caught last year. Some are laying over. I don't know why they're doing that, but I imagine they just don't have a lot of dirt around their roots, but I don't want them to because that's what makes them get bigger. And then these, I was able to salvage these. Last time I showed you, they were super teeny. We've gotten a couple zucchinis and summer squashes. And we got a lot of bugs under control. And then here's my cucumber patch. Yeah, so yeah, it's doing really good. This is my dill and flowers and new lettuce. And then my husband went and got me some Swiss chard because I love it, and we planted that together. And that's all coming up and doing really well. Oh, hey, I'm gonna post this well, by the time you see it, it'll be Thursday. But I need you guys to comment on this video. We have 4 ducks. They're pets. They're right there. And we're going to be drawing their names on Friday and posting it. We're going to draw 4 names, and we're putting all the names that you guys recommend in a hat, and we're going to draw those. All right, back to the garden. So look what I have here. My green beans are in. My purple beans for dilly beans are in, so we've got to pick those. And over here we have carrots and green onions. And then this didn't do as well as I would like it to do. It's my basil. And then I have chamomile, and then more beans, and there's a lot on this one as well. You know, if you can see them hanging down there, maybe this way is better. I don't know if you can tell really, but they're pretty cool. So they're hanging down, and they're nice and long. I mean, some of these are super long. I don't know if you can tell. Yeah. Anyway, pretty cool. And then over here is my Brussels sprouts. Now they haven't formed any. They're in here. They're getting eaten a little bit. I'm thinking that these right here, let's see if I can get it on the camera here. There. I think those are the baby Brussels sprouts. I don't know though. I've never grown Brussels sprouts, so I don't know what they're supposed to look like. I'm leaving these broccoli heads in here to see if I can get new ones. It looks like it's putting off a shoot right there, which is cool. And look, this one's coming in, which hadn't come in before. So we're gonna see if we can get some shoots, because if I can, then I'll know what to do different next year. And I need to weed this poor garden. I have some green beans, but they're not climbing, so I don't know. Maybe they are climbing. I just have to train them to go that way. That's probably the case. And beets, so I have to go in there and weed and thin out. But that's where we're at with the garden right now. Anyway, thank you so much for coming with me out to trim my tomatoes and get a little bit of garden update. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and comment. And don't forget to leave those ducky names down below because we're going to draw those on Friday. All right. Have a blessed day.